Hi there. I've gotten some questions about what if you have a drop trap, but you don't have the transfer cage by Tomahawk that goes with it. Most people, if you're doing TNR, have access or have a spring-loaded trap. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm not a fan of spring-loaded traps, but they definitely have their place and they come in handy in a couple of different scenarios. So I use them for trap training purposes, and also I can use them if I don't have another transfer cage. I can use this as a transfer cage. So these have the rings to keep the back door in place. This was not meant to ever have a back door, but I've removed the rings on the sides and bottoms of pretty much every spring-loaded trap I have. So it creates, if you leave the metal rings in place on the top, it creates a hinge. So now you have a back door, and if you have a fork, which you should if you're doing TNR, I couldn't imagine doing TNR without a fork. What you would do is, actually let me show you real quick how I use it for trap training. A cut piece of PVC or like a piece of quarter round. Can go there to hold the door open. And I recently did this with a woman on her front porch. There was a cat just absolutely flat out refused to go inside one of the traps. So I instructed her to only feed inside this trap. We put a blanket down, and within a few days of her only feeding in here, because you've got the, it's a tunnel, and it was covered with she put a bath rug over the top. The cats were going through it, and our target cat was sleeping in it after a few days. So I knew when trap day came along, we would definitely be able to get that cat, and he was the first one that we trapped. So then we removed him from this one using this, because I have traps with guillotine doors. We got him into a true catch, and then we just kept this going, and we ended up with 2 cats that had ear tips, and then 1 more that we needed, who was a Duluth tortie that needed to be fixed. So these make great trap training cages as well as a transfer cage. So obviously this would need to be down and locked. We don't want anyone pushing out there. So with this open, put it up to the drop trap. You have the cat in there. Oh, my blanket is in there. And you want this covered. And when it's like this, I'll usually do that so a little bit of light comes through. It'll encourage them to go that way. And then since this will be covered too with a blanket, that's their only light that they can come out. It's a pretty good fit. Most of these spring-loadeds are a really good fit for the entrance to the drop trap guillotine door. So once you have your cat in there, you're going to be ready with your trap fork. And you're going to slide it across to contain the cat in this trap. And once you have the cat contained in that trap, since you use the fork, go below the hinge, otherwise you won't be able to use your door. So the fork is completely containing the cat in there, and then you close this, and then with your bazillion dog clips, I use about 9. So I'll go like 3 on the side, 3 on the side, 3 on the side. So it's really secure. You don't want any give here. So I'll usually do 1 on each side first. And then once you have your, imagine I did 3 on each side, there would be no give. I'm just, for time's sake, I'm not going to show you how I put 9 clips on. And then you've got the cat in here. Then what I do is, once I have them safely in here, then you can transfer them to a trap with a guillotine door. If you don't have a trap with a guillotine door, because, you would have used that one, or you just take it to where they're going and they're all set. Now, once the cat's in here, just like I held the door open with a PVC, I am so neurotic about losing, I do not want to lose a cat. So I also do added precaution of putting a piece of PVC or a stick. If you're out in the field, just look for a stick. Anything that can go across both ends will do a nice job of holding that in place. And that's it. Hope you found that helpful.